Okay, so we're getting close to the end, right? And I'm sure that you're starting to experience a little bit of that grind, right? Or a little bit of that, this isn't always, I'm not always motivated. I don't always feel like it. And I want to share a true story, right, of a guy and a violin and what had happened to them. So Niccolo Paganini, I think is how you say his name, is a famous violinist. And he is considered one of the greatest violinists of all time, doing his very first concert at age 11, right, to hundreds of people. Now, his way that he played the violin and the way that he came up with this music revolutionized the technique across Europe. And he had many of these really super expensive Stradivarius violins, right? Now, these violins are beautiful. They're one of the most high quality, beautiful sounding violins that you can ever buy. And during his height, right, he had a whole bunch of them. Now, as he was getting older, right, he was willing out his will, and he decided that most of his violins were going to family members and friends, right? But there was one that he wanted to go to his hometown, right, of Genoa, Italy. And he tells Italy, he says, listen, you can have this very expensive violin, right, worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars today. Could you imagine how much it was worth back in 1840, right? You can have this really expensive, beautiful violin on one condition. You can never let anybody else play it or touch it again. Now, of course, the town says, yeah, we'll take it. That's awesome. Yeah, of course. And so what they do is the guy who runs the town decides he's going to put it in a case where everybody can see and enjoy it, but never touch it again. Now, this is back in 1840, so they didn't have the technology of keeping things right very nice to the day as we do today. But all the other violins that were willed to family members and friends are played and sound just as beautiful as the day that they were made. Now, years and years and years go by in this little town in Italy, and one day they decide to open the case, right, to restore the violin, to make sure it looks okay, it's in a working order. And when they go to lift the violin out of the case, they find it crumbles in their hands, right? That the weather, that worms, that, moisture has destroyed the violin. Now, the violins that were given away, right, that are played every single day, continue to sound beautiful, continue to make amazing music, continue to be worth a lot of money. While the other one that was put in a case and left there withered away and actually became nothing, right? It was actually now is worthless. So what are you maybe leaving in the case, right? What is it that you are not doing that maybe you were doing in the beginning? What is it that maybe you're kind of taking a step back from, or you know that you're not exactly giving it everything that you got, that you're not practicing that violin, you're not practicing that skill every single day? Because remember, if you're not doing that every day, if you're not just trying to get a little bit better, if you're not just kind of touching, right, whatever this thing's called to the wood of the violin, that eventually it's going to start to decay and it's going to wither and it's going to become useless. Now, I'll remind you that with consistent work, right, and being diligent, that's what brings out the best in you. It'll bring forth beautiful music, right? And it will give you joy. So I want to encourage you. I know it's getting tough. I know we're getting to the end. I know sometimes you don't always feel like it, but I dare you, please do not leave it in the case, right? Even if it's just a little bit of something, even if you're just getting a small percent better every single day at one little thing, maybe it's something different, you will make it. You will continue to have great results and, like I said, produce beautiful music in your life. If not, it just kind of withers away and it decays. So with that, right, for the rest of the week, continue to think about that little nugget in the back of your head. Google Stradivarius violins because they're worth a lot of money. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you're having an amazing day.